I will not confirm nor deny that this is my second product from Starbucks today. This is s'mores. The Frappuccino that you get, oh, it's so good. Hey y'all, it's VEDA day 13. I am Michael, and today I am going to do my top 5 graphic novels of Q1 2016. So I kind of want to film this fast because Empire's about to come on, but I think I'll have to watch it maybe another time because my dad's about to watch basketball because I know something about Kobe Bryant. I don't know. Anyways, I have 5 here and then an honorable mention, so let's just get started. Okay, so my first honorable mention is The Walking Dead volume 25. So I read all of the compendiums 1, 2, and 3, and that included volumes 1 through 24, so this was the one right after. I am on track with it, as I said previously. You probably know this already. I was really excited to find out what happens. This one wasn't as exciting, and I knew that. The thing though is with the Walking Dead comic book series, it goes in like, you can almost see like it starts off really high and then something happens, and it does this, it fluctuates. It does follow the pattern, I can really see it, but I'm just so enjoying this. Now this is like a quick side note, but this issue came with this Outcast like thingy, whatever. So it's supposed to be a new show on Cinemax, that's what it says. It was actually really interesting. I would, if my library had this, I would check it out some more. It's kind of like devils and preachers, or that's like what I got from the first issue. It seems really interesting. Let's do my top 5 favorites, and this is actually from my favorites, like I actually ranked them. Number 5 is Day Tripper by Fabio Moon and Gabriel Ba. This was a really interesting graphic novel. I actually just randomly found this at the library, and so I decided to check it out. This is about this character named Bra. This actually takes place in Brazil, which was really cool. I just have to talk about this first, but the art style depicts what I think of Brazil when people say it, if that makes any sense. Because it is beautiful, and the way the colors pop and the way that it's layered and paneled is just really so thoughtful. Aesthetically, I really enjoyed the look of the graphic novel. Story-wise, this is about Bra, who is an obituarist? Is that even a real thing? He writes obituaries anyways. This book was kind of jarring at first because it jumps around. It's so hard to explain what the story is about without trying to give too much away. I really enjoyed it because it was really thought-provoking in the sense that you kind of have to piece things together, and there is a sense of magical realism that I really enjoy that plays around with plot structure. I got confused because like it's by chapters, and I got confused in the second chapter. I was like, wait, what? But when it wraps up at the end, I was like, oh my gosh, wow. Really enjoying it. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. Number 4 is Dororo by Osamu Tezuka. I already talked about this in one of my wrap-ups. I really enjoyed it. Dororo is what the book is called, is named after, but I think he chose that because that's easier to say than the main character's name, which is Hayakimaru. Yeah, but the story and the plot, really enjoyed it. It's about Hayakimaru. When he was young, his dad, he made a deal where he can obtain land if he gives up for body parts of his son. And so this is about his son who is trying to get all his body parts by defeating demons. I really enjoyed it. This has awesome folklore. It's so violent and gory, but there were some really funny parts in it. I really liked it. I already talked about it in my previous wrap-up, but yes, I really enjoyed it. Number 3 is Batman. Oh wait, I have it here. Batman: The Killing Joke by Alan Moore and Brian Bolden. Why did I look at my book when I have the book right here? Now, I really enjoyed this. This is basically the backstory of the Joker, which I already knew because... When was this book published? Because by the time I'm reading this in 2016, this book has already been talked about so many times. Yeah, going into this, I had really high expectations because it's on a lot of lists of best comic books, and I can really see why. First off, the art style, it is a beautifully drawn comic book, and the use of color is beautiful. Like, the way the shadows incorporate, and there's this part when you see the backstory, like the choice of color of the red, it's really beautifully drawn. Like I can't knock down the beautiness. I just felt slightly let down. I would recommend it. Alright, number 2 is One Soul by Ray Fox. Loved this graphic novel. Ooh, that coffee. I'm not gonna lie, this is a graphic novel you will either love it or you hate it. I personally loved it. The thing though is, if you are just starting out with graphic novels, do not read this book. It is not for you, because it is kind of difficult if you just started reading graphic novels. This doesn't tell you a cohesive, like a straight to the point story. This book was so thought-provoking and it really brought emotions to me. It's experimental, so if you don't like those type of books, I would steer clear of this. But I love it when books and graphic novels, but when they experiment and play around with the art and it works. This book clicked for me because this story is basically about one soul. It's kind of like, it has, each page is literally the same. It has panels, like 9 on each one, and each panel, like if you flip through it, it's telling a story. So, but it's at the same point of each life, and it's kind of like a resurrection type of thing. It really does play with the medium, and it changes what you would think of a normal, like panel, because you can kind of read this book in several ways and it still would be cohesive. I really enjoyed it. It made me think, and I was like, oh my gosh, wow. I felt like this book really pushed what graphic novels like panel can really do. So yes, I loved it. 5 stars out of 5. Okay, number 1 is, I finally finished it this year, so I am counting it, and that is, I got it right here. Ooh, this is heavy. Saga by Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples. This is the book 1, and it's the bind up of volumes 1 through 3, and then I have volume 4 right here, and then I just recently finished volume 5. I'm gonna just carry these two because this is really heavy, but it's so beautiful. I love this. For some reason, every time I see Hazel, it reminds me of Mayel. There's that. The hype for this book was so high, and I was really hesitant about it, but bruh, this comic graphic novel series, I love it. Like, I can completely understand why people love it. It has a lot of cool things going for it, but my favorite part would probably not just only the story, and not only the characters, but is the character design. I really appreciate it, like when I watch anime or like something cartoon-like. I really love when characters are designed really thoughtfully and differently. I saw creatures here that I was like, whoa, like I would never think of it, and it was so cool. Now the highlight, as everyone agrees, is volume 4. This volume was wow. It really amps up the stakes. I really love it. I feel like I don't have to talk about this because everybody and their mama on BookTube has read this or has been exposed to it at least. Warning. I was reading these in public because I don't mind reading in public, but I had to be careful because there are things in here that is not public nice or public appropriate. I was like, ooh, he's giving himself fellatio. Do you want that with your coffee really at Starbucks? I'm so excited for the next volume. I was so tempted to buy the individual issues because I was like, ooh, but you know what? If you can, because it is a little bit more expensive, I recommend buying the books instead of the volumes, because I'm finding out that the volumes, like if I were to chunk this up, it would be a little bit, ooh, I love that the book, like it's one cohesive arc. This is one arc, and then I'm going to assume 4, 5, and 6 is gonna form another arc. I would recommend doing that instead, but since I just wanted to find out what happened after this, and so I'm having like graphic novel envy. And have you noticed that the art style and the coloring gets better? Okay, hold on, I gotta make sure it's appropriate. But like, okay, okay, ooh, that is not appropriate. Okay, that's not appropriate either. Okay, that's not appropriate either. Okay, this is kind of appropriate, but this one right here, I mean, it's nice. It's a nice, but by the time you get to volume 5, Fiona Staples got more money because it got so much better and beautiful. Like it really did change, and you can really see it. Like it just got better. I love it. Yeah, the hype is so real. I would recommend it. If you read any of these graphic novels, let me know. I'm about to shortly try to edit this. And tomorrow I'm going to film, hopefully, my favorite books of Q1 2016. I don't know if I want to do, like, honorable mentions. It might be a long video, you guys. But yes, because I'm off tomorrow, so I might have time. So until then, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye!